AI creation platform.
Slow is the tempo. I'm talking about an info. So hear it out. Here comes the info. What's good, people? I'm back. If you're watching this via the YouTube, things are running smooth as always. But if you're watching on the Patreon, it's been a few days since I've done my last upload, to say the least. Been very busy, but we've got a nice stream of records coming your way. We've got some recommendations coming up. I'm looking forward to listening to some music. This one goes out to my friend David, who recommended this on the Patreon. Never come across this act before. A substantial amount of views on the track, so it's a established record, to say the least. 12 tracks. Radiance is the record. Athenaeum is the band, if that's how it's pronounced. It should be an easy enough listen. The songs are, you know, good song lengths, to be honest. Nothing really expanding too far past the 4-minute mark. I mean, we are close to 5 minutes on a couple of occasions, but here we are. You know what I'm like, people. My attention is not what... my attention probably always shit, to be honest with you, but in this particular day and age, it doesn't help, does it, with the fast content we are, given. So I hope everybody's doing good. David, I cracked a few jokes on the last listen through, because David M. David's surname may or may not be Mitchell, alright? It's not. But David Mitchell and who's the other guy? Summit Webb. Of Peep Show fame, they're coming out with another new comedy series, and they're a fantastic duo. I really like their comedy. Am I gonna watch it? No, I don't watch television. I was staying at a pretty young lady's house, and we were enjoying some brief entertainment. What we're watching the Great British Bake Off, you know, and there was an advertisement. And that's as much as I've got to say. I'm surprised they're still friends, to be honest with you, because it seems like duos like that in the industry, in the business, no matter what, they've got to have a fallout at some point over something or other, right? But no, other than that, you know, we'll continue talking through our listen through, so I hope everyone's good. First track is entitled What I Didn't Know. God bless, let's jump in. Complete first time listen, people. 1998, Atlantic Records. Mommy's alright, surrender, surrender. I've been working so hard recently, people. Building different projects. But I guess it's all relative, you know. What's working hard? If this was a big rocking stadium filling band like the flipping Foo Fighters, or, you know, what's that other act? Songs about Jane Maroon 5 and stuff. The tinfoil hat heads would go crazy on this album cover with the covering of the eye, the concealing of the eye of Providence. We've also got the covering of the mouth, which is non-verbal cue for one of the three wise monkeys, right? Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. When we are young kids and we say something which we shouldn't have said, we will physically cover our mouth, or a lot of young kids will do. And then as we grow older, we're told we can't be so overt as an adult, but these behaviours still exist within us. They still manifest. So when people say, oh, you can tell someone's lying if they're itching their nose, right? Yeah, when somebody lies or is under stress, there is blood flow to the capillaries in the nose, which creates a very organic itch. But you have to consider it serves as two purposes, because the itch then covers the mouth indirectly, like that young child that resides within that human. I'm putting you on game tonight, people. Let's not get too excited, yeah? Is this a different vocalist? No, it's not. It's not. This is a cool song though. There's a great enigmatic spirit to this song where it's kind of in your face, kind of rock, but then there's a more held back, reserved. It's like the tempo of this song is walking a tightrope between it being slow and with it being mid-paced. You know, it's just on the complete middle ground there. Just judging by the first minute and 30, you know, hopefully they continue switching it up, but generally, if we continue with this sound, I think I'm going to enjoy this song. Or this record, actually, because I'm enjoying the song. I am enjoying the song. I like this style of writing. 4 chords, pop song structure, electrified guitars, you know what I mean? That's why I love Oasis so much. You can tell the 2000s are creeping in. This is a 1998 record. I would think this was an early 2000s record, you know, with that vocal. Let's go. If you had someone in the band who could do a nice falsetto here, I'd have a higher octave harmony in the background from a backing vocal during this. I think that it'd be the perfect addition, you know. Or just something to reinforce that melody on a higher register, because the guy obviously works within his boundaries and he might not have a very high voice, which is fine, you know. You can't go against your genetic makeup, but to elevate a little more so in the chorus would be a pleasure and would work very well. I hope we don't stray too far from this sound. I do like this. What I didn't know is that I was killing you. I said a lot of things that I didn't mean to. Great songwriting. Great songwriting. Keeps it vague, keeps it open, keeps it applicable for the listener to project their own meaning upon that. You know, we've all said things that we shouldn't have said. He's not going into the date of September the 20th when I was flipping at this particular bar at this particular time. Keeps it nice and open. Allows you to incorporate your own meaning and value upon the lyrical. Brings Me Back to You could have been a better song title. Great tune. Great start to the record. Yeah, what more needs to be said? I've spoken enough. We're continuing on. Flat Tire coming up next. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. We're listening to Radiance by Athenaeum. Flat Tire is track number 2 on this record. Let's jump in, shall we? I've been trying to learn a little bit of mathematics recently because I'm not very mathematically you know, good, for lack of a better term. I'm just not very good at maths, and I didn't pay attention during maths. It didn't speak to me. So I'm learning the basics, and when I say I'm learning the basics, like I'm literally relearning how to add and subtract and, well, arithmetic they call it, right? Like your basics, you're adding, you're subtracting, you're dividing, you're timesing and whatnot. So I'm just learning how to deal with that. Some awkward equations, but nothing compared to people who actually know about maths. So that's been quite exciting in its own way. You might perceive it's quite boring. It's got an air of boring, but, you know, I'm enjoying the process. I learnt about square roots and, you know, like squared numbers as well, which is relatively simple once you know it, but I never picked up on these things. I was too busy taking the piss with my friends, you know what I mean? Flat Tire is the title of this one, track 2 of 12, let's go. The Truth. David, with your musical taste, you must like Feeder, right? You've got to like Feeder if you like these sort of guitar-driven, songwriter-based 90s rock bands, right? Feeder's so good. I like Feeder a lot. Picture of Perfect Youth, great record. In the related videos, we've got a band called Porcupine Tree, which are really an incredible band. But I saw Porcupine Tree when I was younger. And it was when they were touring a record called The Incident. And it was like a concept record about a car crash or something. And I think they started off the set with like playing the entirety of that record. And I just got fucking bored and walked out. I was like, oh, come on. Play me something I want to hear, you know what I mean? Don't play an entire record. I'm not fond of that, you know? I don't think it's very audience friendly when a band like... If the record's a classic, you know? If it's known to be a classic, if it's like 20 years past the date of release and everyone acknowledges that record as like the best that's gonna be produced by that band and everyone loves that record, then I understand doing the record as a novelty, performing Get Rich or Die Trying in full. But you know, bands that just sort of, they're touring a record so they just like play the entire record, it's just like, we're not here for that. We're not. I know you've got to market and promote, but we're not here for that. You should market and promote your music, in my personal opinion, with your good stuff. You know, just keep on playing your good stuff, and then people are going to check out your new stuff. Don't provide me the new shit. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Nothing worse than going to see a band you like listening to, and they say, here's a new song. No! 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 Don't play nothing new, man. Unless you are Latto or Ice Spice and you're performing that new single they put out, Gyat, bruh. I'll tell you what, I got a thing for those two ladies, and I was always an Ice Spice kind of dude, but when I see her compare and contrast with Latto in that music video, ooh. And it's not about the music, is it, people? I'm glad that we're still following the formula from the first song. The way they wrote that first song, it was so formulaic in my opinion, in a positive way, because even though there is a formula to it, you need to understand and dial in that formula for it all to come across well, whether that be the phrasing, the the appropriate amount of syllables, the rhyming schemes, the structuring of the songs, how many lines you have per verse, whether you've got 2 verses or 1 verse prior to the chorus, and then how do you elevate the chorus as we move through the 3 of them, and what's the bridge section and the instrumental, or is it a vocal bridge, and blah 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 blah, turnarounds, introductions, and so on and so forth. When you dial all that down to a T, it's like, why should we do anything different? Like, we can write a great song. We might as well just keep plugging this style of writing until we get a hit. That's what I believe. Complete sellout perspective, but if you can write a good song, why not just keep on writing good songs? Let's go. The great thing with this guitarist is it sounds like he's just performing straight driving chords because he covers so much space. But then when you pay attention, he's just breaking it up. He's breaking his chords up, performing broken chords, such as he did on What I Didn't Know. And it's actually the bass line just emphasizing that root note, which is like bassist 101 really, isn't it? Just like play the root note, which sort of formulates the idea that we are just listening to the strum of a chord, but we're actually listening to broken chords here. It's just that there's such a great expanse of that sound. To be fair, there is another guitar underneath that's just playing the one chord. Now we've got another twinkling guitar. This is what I spoke of with the elevation of the chorus. We've just got an addition of another twinkling guitar to sort of give us a little more substance as we continue on with the song. I wonder if they're going to double up the chorus or give us an outro here. Little outro, nice. David, let me give some respect to you, man. You've got a great taste in music, in my opinion, because this style of writing and the bands you've recommended, I really relate to. I like the way they write songs. I'm very much into this relatively basic and minimal guitar-driven songwriting music, rock music. I think it's really good. It's brilliant. Let's continue on. We got On My Mind next. There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV signing in. We're listening to Radiance by Athenaeum. It was a recommendation on the Patreon. That's hard, that. A recommendation on the Patreon. Get back. By David. Thank you very much for the recommendation, David. So far, so good. Track number 3, On My Mind. Let's go. Been enjoying this record. First impression. in my journey, I've been trying to, well, I say I've been trying to, I've started attempting to learn a little bit of Hindi, right? I've been going through the motions of educating myself on the Hindu religions, the deities, Brahman, the Murti and the Devi, and the vast expanse of qualities of what they believe is God, the One, all right, the monad. Well, they don't perceive it as the monad, but, and, you know, I've never learned another language, but I've started off with probably the worst fucking language to learn, because it's not only just putting letters in a different order, it's like learning a complete different way of, you know, writing. The symbol of the lettering is just like, you know, it's like not just learning how to speak a language or read a language through letters you're aware of. It's crazy. It's crazy. I can't put into words, you know, no pun intended. Quite a hypnotic rhythm section there. Or should I say rhythm guitar as opposed to section, you know? I think literally speaking the rhythm section would be the bass guitar and the drum kit, so completely wrong. Would you incorporate a rhythm guitar in there? Because then it's just like, well, the entire instrumental might as well be the rhythm section if we include the rhythm guitar. Great twinkling guitars. Most movement we've heard with that bass guitar there. Great cadence, great cadence. Good tune. Yeah, not a bad tune. Not a bad tune. Great twinkling guitars, great broken chords as always. I think that's part of the, you know, the foundation of this band's sound. And broken chords are lovely. Lifeline coming up next. See you there. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. Des Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Continuing on our listening to the album Radiance by the band Athenaeum. We've got a track entitled Lifeline. Let's jump in, shall we?
And I hate to be the one telling you that everything's okay. 'Cause what kind of God would give you life and take it all away? Oh, but I don't wanna be in your life if you don't. And I don't wanna wake in your arms if you won't be alive when I need you the most. Not to say that I won't grieve a little when you pass away. When you pass away, you can find a place and start thinking about it. But every second is the right time.
First introduction to the vocal harmonies there.
Go away, you won't believe, but it's true. Just count the inches on your lifeline. And I hate to be the one telling you that everything's
Hooray.
'Cause what kind of God would give you life and take it all away? Oh, but I don't wanna be in your life if you don't. And I don't wanna wake in your arms if you won't. Tell me everything you need it to be. It's everything that I am, everything that you fear about me. What you feel about me.
The first 6 Black Sabbath albums. I mean, this is incorrect because the first Sabbath album was in the late 60s, wasn't it? But it states here 1970 to 1975. Well, I was going to make a comment based upon how they put 6 records out. 6 great groundbreaking records in the space of 5 years, but we already know that, you know, the first year is incorrect, so who knows?
You'll come back for all the wrong reasons. Maybe your life was out of season. You can't breathe when you don't have a reason to die. Someday soon, when the memory is faded, we'll defend all the lives we once hated, and I'll be there, baby, glad that you made it alive. I don't wanna be in your life. I don't wanna be in your life. I don't wanna be in your life.
That was the weakest track on the record so far. I liked the verse section, but yeah, I'm not saying it was a bad tune. There was I liked the "Give You Life to Take It All Away" line. I did like that, but you know, across the board, first 4 songs, the others were better. We got Spotlight coming up next. Yes, now bless now, people. Don't forget to rest now. Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Spotlight is track number 5 of 12. We are listening to Radiance by the band Athenaeum. Okay, let's just jump straight in. Track number 5. Let go. Come on now.
You can be stronger than the biggest ship out at sea. You'll move on and sail through me.
Being in a band like this is so cool, man. Just get together, a few of the lads, couple of smokes, couple of drinks, few chords, nice jam. Frontman brings his lyric pad. You know what I mean? He's put a couple of songs together. Beautiful stuff.
I believe a good night, step into the spotlight, overcoming stage fright at my feet. That dream cover of a magazine, idol to a million teens, perfect life. We can't part, 'cause you've put an arrow straight through my heart. I'm a basket case with a shopping cart, incomplete. But it's too late, my brother, for I've been watching you. It's too late to discover your life is almost through.
Sweet child of mine, rhythm on the bass. Bump, 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 ba da 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 da. Well, I mean, that was Sweet Child of Mine, but the bump, bump, bump is the same rhythm. La da 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 da. Ooh, doo 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 doo.
Good night, step into the spotlight, overcoming stage fright at my feet. That dream cover of a magazine, idol to a million teens, perfect life. We can't part, 'cause you've put an arrow straight through my heart. I'm a basket case with a shopping cart.
Great tune. Little bit of a twang to that one, you know. Different influence to that tune. That was a good number. That was a good number. We're back to good form. We're back to good form. That was really lovely. Really lovely. These guys have a tempo. These dudes definitely have a tempo, you know. But they have an undercurrent of subtle groove, which I enjoy. Away is possibly the longest track on the record, and it's coming up next. Yes, now blessed now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Don't forget the rest now. Track 6 of 12, Radiance, is entitled Away. The band is Athenaeum. This entire listen through goes out to my friend David. Recommended us on the Patreon. Let's jump in, shall we? Last track was good. This is the longest song on the record at 4 minutes 42 seconds. Bass guitar, Alex McKinney. Produced by Gavin McKillop. Gray Brewster on the guitar. Mixed by Jack Joseph. Vocals and guitar, Mark Kano. Drums, Nick Brown. And written by Mark Kano.
He's got a really bad sense of time. He only listens when she's about to break down and cry. blaming her sorrow on someone else. He's not a really good person from the start. He's always making it a habit of breaking her heart. And she's gonna have to take half the blame.
We're building.
She's always taking
Are we going to have a chorus in this one? Or is it more of a storytelling song? Bit late for a chorus.
walk away like you never cared. Don't even look at him if you're still scared. And you don't even have to give him a reason why. But all the things that you never said, yeah, they're gonna stay with you until you're dead. So take advantage of the way he made you feel. It's only a matter of time. You're gonna find your peace of mind. And maybe
It's only a matter of time. You're going to find your peace of mind.
settle down.
I've been reading a book on rhetoric as of recent, you know. A lot of this stuff got buried. Like, as far as the education on writing in a coherent, artistic, poetic, and cohesive manner. So it's been a fascinating read, to be honest. It's not something I'm interested in. Bro, if I've ever texted a message to you, if I've ever typed out a message to you, you know I can't put a sentence together. So I'm hardly gonna, you know, redefine that which is hardwired in me, but I found it fascinating. Alongside that, I started this listen through by telling you I've been learning the bare minimal basics of mathematics because I didn't pay attention in school. I did not care, and that's why I took this path into creativity and enjoying punk music and all this and that, because it was outside of the norm. I never existed within the structural space needed of me, right? Which is to my benefit. They say ignorance is bliss, but I can see why. You know, it's very bleak and can be potentially isolating by not participating within the crowd, but I never cared. Like, the idea of going to school and learning what they told me, like, even as a young kid, I was just like, the fuck. But I am revisiting that information and actually trying to establish a bare bones foundation of understanding, you know, so much of the curriculum, mathematics and arithmetic in particular being some, but I applied this further on to the English language, learning components of a word and a sentence and stuff. You know, of course, to most of you, like, knowing what a noun and a verb is probably like basic information, but I've had to, you know, read the books per se on this information, you know, suffixes, affixes. What else have you got? Articles and you tell me what that word is I'm looking for. I'm not gonna do it for you. But adverbs, adjectives and stuff like that. You know, basic child information is, bro, it's like year 3 information I'm learning. Like 10-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old kids know more than me. I've always been good at spelling though. Never had a problem with spelling. Really good resolve. Good build up to that section. That was a good resolve. Overall, though, let me be real with you. In my opinion, with my taste, don't bore us. Get to the chorus. That was the worst track so far. Purely based on the structure. It didn't sound bad. It wasn't badly written. But these dudes have been writing sellout songs that I like. Verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, out. Give me that. Just give me that for 12 tracks straight. Do you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. We've got Unnoticed coming up next. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Radiance is the record. Track 7 of 12 is entitled Unnoticed. The band is Athenaeum. And this entire list through goes out to my friend David. Let's jump in, shall we? So that Green Day, eh? Great guitars. Great guitars. Come on now. Ba-da-da-da. Might crack open a can, people. Get back. Lovely. If you want to know what the good alcohol is, people, if you want a recommendation from me, the cheap stuff that's branding is based on the colour black and the colour red. Anything in association with death, blood, violence, poison, that's the alcohol you want to be drinking. None of this fruity tooty shit, come on. Lovely. Whoa, ho, 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 ho. That was good. That was good. That was Unnoticed. Not too bad at all, eh? Not too bad at all. Great guitar work. I like the intro was really good, and them dual vocal. That was good. I like that. I like that. Overall, you know, the melody didn't hit me. The melody didn't hit me like some of the other melodies, but hey, we're not going to be too critical. That was a good tune. We got No One coming up next. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV. Track 8 of 12 on Radiance is entitled No One. We're listening to the band Athenaeum for the very first time tonight. Let's go. Sipping on a cheap and strong cider, you know how we do it. Enjoying my night, listening to some soft rock music. La da 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 da.
You're telling me things I already know. You take me places I never would go. You act so freely, like the world was your own. You can do anything you want, but don't you leave me alone. And no one feels, and no one feels like we do. When will we learn that nothing's real and everything's changing except what we feel? And out on your doorstep, piles on butterflies. 'Cause all of the moonlight in the sky was no match for your eyes. And no one feels, and no one feels like we do.
Quite a melancholic track, this one. Quite a change from the norm. I mean, we've had a couple of moments, but yeah, this one a little bit more of a lower vibe on this, you know.
You're telling me things I don't wanna hear.
Don't wanna hear, yeah. You are my answer.
But nothing is clear.
Da 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 da.
The music plays softly as you whisper a word. I had to sigh and catch my breath from what I had heard. And no one feels, and no one feels like we do. No one like we do. No
Easy listening tune. too mangy for me. I want to get back into the positive vibes, positive vibrations. Which is what music is, did you not know? When you play a guitar, what do the strings do? They vibrate. What does the resonance of a snare do? It vibrates. What do the vocal cords do as the voice sings? It's all vibration. So we've got So Long coming up next. I'll see you there. Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget, rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. So Long. I got a light little buzz. I've just had half of a can. Have I? No. Call it 65% of a can. All right. We're jamming out. So Long is title number 9 of 12 on the album Radiance by Athenaeum. Let's jump in. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I'm going to start this off by having a rant. Social media algorithms are based upon garnering your attention. Through your attention, they can create a degree of social engineering, psychological control, right? Fractionation of the mind when they force feed you one emotion and then give you another, then they sell you a product whilst you're off center. Why is a product that was utilized to engage with people I know now become a force feed of emotional, inducing, politicized degeneracy? It's crazy. That was my TED Talk. Thank you for joining. Did you know left-wing and right-wing parties, Democrats and Republicans, two-party systems, influence one particular hemisphere of your brain? So if you vote one, you go against one half of your actual self, of your actual identity, of your actual psychology and hardwiring. Okay? That's it. That's it. And did you know, such as the vibration of the strings on a guitar, linking this to music, your emotions have a vibration, and your lower frequency vibrations are rooted in shame, guilt, anger, pride, and these emotions are what the media system try to pigeonhole you into, because as long as you're reacting emotionally, you're in your primitive primal brain, as opposed to your logical human thinking brain engaging with both sides of the hemisphere, or both hemispheres of the neocortex, and able to perceive what is before you with rational logic, seeing down the middle of who holds the cards in one hand. The illusion of choice. And that's why I don't have 20 million subscribers, by the way, because I've not bent over and got my ass licked by these people. I'm going to tell you something controversial. I do not believe that anyone on any social media platform attains the upper echelon 1% of success, like, you know, the 1% out of the 100%, that degree of leadership, without signing the contract. I don't believe it, especially on YouTube. Anyone who has been allowed to develop a leading fan base has potential to direct and manipulate and influence. And why would you, as someone who wants to influence the people into the direction you want them to go, given you have all the money in the world, given that money isn't a thing because you can print money, you know it's worthless. You tell your friend to print some money, which ain't even printed no more. He just clicks a button and there's credit on a screen. why would they not pay the man who has a price? They all do. They all do. They all do. They all do. Every leading influencer is a leading influencer because they've sold the arsehole of their brain to these people. Punk's not dead. It's alive on King of the Pit TV, people. That goes with musicians as well, by the way. I've started to look at these big concert events as rituals, you know? At the very least, it's marketing. It's never art for art's sake. There's a couple of very, very famous acts, right, that have got crazy followings that I could speak about, that influence crowds with varying degrees of occult magic in their live performances. But we're not going to talk about that. And I'm certain. Nobody is innocent. This is the most complicated riff we've had on this record. Listen to that. Doodle-doodle-doodle. Get a load of that legato, eh? So long. Decent hook, catchy number, good groove. We're back to a good standard. Different situation coming up next. There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV signing in. Track 10 of 12 on Radiance by Athenaeum is entitled Different Situation. This through goes out to my friend David, who recommended this on the Patreon. One love to my man DM. All right. Let's go. Somebody once told me the world was out to get me.
He'll take you home and then write a song about it. He's so alone.
Come on now.
You'd never think to doubt it. He is the tricky kind, and she's gonna fall into his covers. He's gonna search his mind. He will find a Same words, different situation. He'll make demands. At first you'll be so willing, but take command. Your bride is
Little squeeze box, little accordion there.
not worth killing. He's gonna make it hard.
I used to perform with a girl who was very good on one of them instruments. Very good. She used to do traditional Irish folk stuff.
And twist your words until they crumble. Is a
We need to revert back to traditional cultural music.
work of art. The way you
I might do that. I might do that.
all he mumbles.
I might start writing traditional music. I got a couple of friends who are big on folk. Great guitarists. Great guitarists.
All the time. It's a message that sweeps the nation. Same words, different situation. If you get stuck with a millionaire, you can always come home. There'll be a place for you at a table for two. If you ever feel alone, in his mind, it's written every line. He just recycles them all the time. It's a message that sweeps the nation. Same words, different situation. It's gonna take a while.
It's gonna.
Wounds that he had opened.
It's gonna take a while.
All you do is keep on hoping.
That was brilliant. That was really good. That was one of the best songs on the record. That was the best song, arguably, so far. Maybe. Let's keep on moving onwards. Next track. Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady. Anyone is title 11 of 12 on the album Radiance. We're listening to Athenaeum. Let's jump in. Great start here, eh? This is chill. A day on the beach. If I was a skateboarder, I'd have this, at least the instrumental, as my backing music. Doing a couple of kick flips and whatnot.
It's very, very necessary to take things
It's very necessary. I love that line.
as they
Great line to start with. I know that this guy, whilst writing a song, started with that line. He says, "This is the seed as to which this song grows." You know, in the world of songwriting, some people will start with the song title, and then they will develop from the song title, or some people will start with the chorus and start with the chorus. I just sort of wrote anything. If it was a great melody, you're just like, that's chorus right there. But this that's such a good starting line that I think that was the seed that grew this song.
no hurry, don't get yourself that bad. Oh, anytime you want, I'll be there for you. Anywhere you are is where I'm running to. And anyone would agree, I'm so right for you.
Ooh, the bass line following it is nice. Listen to the bass. If they just left it as a bass solo, if the guitar came out and it was just the bass, that'd be sick. Brilliant. Great song. Great song. Great vibe. Great energy. I like that one. That was good. That was good. That was good. Let's finish off. We've got Radiance coming up next. And finally. Yes! Now! Bless now! Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady. King of the Pit TV. Radiance. The title track is the last track of the record. Track 12 of 12. We're listening to Athenaeum. Pardon me. This tireless throw has gone out to my friend David, who recommended this on the Patreon. Let's jump straight in.
Good night, sleep tight, a moving star. You don't know how fortunate you are. You said you had a job you didn't like, nothing to lose. You're running from the things that you can't fight. They all catch up with you. Living in the wrong place, wrong time, searching for the things you couldn't see. I could never stand in your light, but at least you noticed me. Living in the wrong place, wrong time, searching for the things you'll never do. But if it makes it easier on your life, well, I hope they notice you.
This is a great song. I like the vibe of this one. But I just want to make a comment. My Way in the Related, I'm actually going to open this up to listen to this soon, because I wonder... There's only one way. There's only one My Way. And that's the original song. Who is it? Frank Sinatra? Obviously Frank didn't write it, but he performed it. But I say this to say this. My Way is a phenomenal song. Phenomenal, which I think touches the hearts of anyone who listens. I did it my way. This was my life. This is personal to me. And the performance and the writing is just fantastic. Phenomenal. For someone who leads a more alternate lifestyle, I would assume it speaks tenfold, right? But I want to make this comment. I don't like the character Sid Vicious, right? We should know by now, but the Sex Pistols was manufactured. Arguably, punk rock as a whole was manufactured. If you look at punk rock nowadays, we associate it with an anti-establishment undercurrent. There's nothing anti-establishment about it. If anything, it's completely politically pro-establishment, right? It's pro-progressive politics, right? It abides to nonsense, right? And you're shut off for having an alternate opinion. Within reason. You know, if you're bold and you're strong, it doesn't matter. You can say whatever you want. That's the real punk rock. And there is a space for that. There is a space for that. But generally speaking, kids get into it, and the younger generation are just like, you know, too easily influenced. But with that being said, Sid Vicious and his performance of My Way, it's phenomenal. I'm going to listen to that after we listen to this album listen through. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It's funny because he speaks about killing a cat in that song, which he literally did, which I find disgusting, right? Purely down to that action, I base his entire life. It's disgusting. Apparently he just killed a cat before his friends. Like, to be able to do that is self-explanatory. What sort of person are we dealing with here? And did you know when it came to the Pistols, they had a better bassist, but he didn't fit the image like Sid did, so they replaced him with Sid, or at least their management replaced him with Sid. It was a complete ploy to sell products for Vivienne Westwood. Bondage gear, tartan trousers and a lot. Punk is rooted in consumerism, isn't that crazy? Consumption.
Good night, sleep tight, a moving star. We don't know how fortunate we are. Did you ever have a dream where you couldn't speak, or you couldn't scream? You're running from the past that makes you weak. But I know what you mean. Living in the wrong place, wrong time.
Heavy when that chorus first chord kicks in. Dun! Boom!
Searching for the things you couldn't see.
The double up on the vocal.
I could never stand in your light, but at least you noticed me.
This is a great song.
In the wrong place, wrong time. Joked about the things you'll never do. But if it makes it easier on your life, I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
Oh!
I'm on
My way, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm on my way. Got a bit more lead. Get some big solo, come on. Bruh, do you know what? I would say extend this song an extra minute and have this guy just noodle till the end. Just have a solo till the end, man. And you know what I think about solos? I hate them. But this is so tasteful. That was potentially the best song on the record. There's a couple of contenders. That might be the best song on the record. The chorus is great. The escalation is great. Great build. I'm going to do one last video. I'll give you my final overview on this album as a whole, and I'll rate it out of 10. See you there. Yes, now blessed. Now there's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in. David recommended this record to me on the Patreon. Said, bro, check this out. And 1998, pop rock, guitar-driven songwriter music. The band is Athenaeum. The album is Radiance, 1998. As I said, this record was put out, or at least was published. The songs will have been written a little bit earlier. I've never heard of this band. The people around me, more than likely, have never heard of this band. I'd be surprised if I've met anyone in my life who's familiar with this band. I mean, that's a bold statement, but I know music, you know, and even though there's a surplus, abundance of acts, when it comes to the realm of guitar-driven music who are accumulating, you know, double-digit thousands of views, I would hope I've potentially at least seen them in my periphery, and I've never, ever, ever heard or come across or seen anybody reference this act before. Let's talk about this album. It's terrible. I'm joking. I like this record. This record applies to me in so many ways, right? And we're going to talk about that. So we're going to talk about the music first before we go into the deeper depths as to why it really touches me. Instrumentally speaking, minimal, very minimal. I didn't make one comment on the drums or the drum performance throughout the entirety. Drummer does the job. Drummer isn't bad. Drummer never plays wrong. Never plays wrong. Never caught me off as doing anything wrong. Right? Pristine. Perfect. The production doesn't elevate the drums to the degree where they could do. Could have been a little more pop in the snare, which I don't necessarily ever comment on because I'm not a producer and the idea of producing drums is alien to me. But I can formulate an opinion that I would have liked a little more emphasis on the drum snare. With that being said, moving on to the guitars. Great guitars. 3 chords, 4 chords, open chords probably. Maybe bar chords, but no 7ths, no 9ths, no dodgy shit like that. Beautiful. I love that sort of stuff. Stick to the basics and allow the melody of the vocal to do the job, which is what this band does. Doesn't over accentuate in the instrumental, focuses on the structuring, focuses on the performance of the vocal. The songwriter is also the guitarist, so I assume he was writing these songs independently over the chords he composed on the guitar, or at least the 3 or 4 cowboy chords he was performing, and he wrote songs in that manner, brought it to practice. The band joined in. The band didn't go out of their way to outshine the songwriting, which is what creates a songwriter facing record as opposed to a rock band, you know? So like I referenced during this listen a band called Feeder, which I really like. A rock band, great songwriters, but they're more of a band than a songwriting emphasized band. They write great songs, they write great pop songs, they're fantastic at writing songs, but overall they're so equal as a band that they are just like writing rock songs as opposed to songwriter songs, singer-songwriter rooted songs, which is what I get from this record. Bassline, no faffing about. Play the root notes. Who cares about the rest? Now let's talk about why this appeals to me. Because this is a craft, a style that I have rooted such identity within. I spent a long time educating myself and studying on the protocols and the formula of pop songwriting. And I can identify when a band does it right and does it wrong. This band does it right, this songwriter does it right, so this songwriter knows how to write a good song over and over and over again. It becomes arguably a little cheap, unfortunately, because you can mass produce songs. It's not like this is my experimental art piece. But then again, look at the great artists. Your Picassos, your Michelangelos, your Leonardo da Vinci's. They were mass producing content per se until they got that hit or multiple hit pieces. So there's nothing wrong with using the formula until something hits. And that hit is within the melody, preferably within the chorus. This band, the vocalist, stuck within, a limited spectrum of vocal register, which is genetic makeup, you can't sing higher than what your body wants to produce. So you have to respect that. But sometimes when we get into the chorus, we're essentially, within the same space as the verse section. So it doesn't differentiate much, doesn't elevate enough. But with all that being said, I'll rate this album a 7 out of 10. I'm going to straight up criticize and say it's bland, right? But being bland doesn't mean it's bad. Because you can have your favourite dish, right? I'm speaking to men primarily here. You can put pasta in a bowl and put your favourite seasoning on, or just sprinkle a bit of salt on, or put your favourite sauce on. We're done and dusted. A lot of people consider it bland, but to you, that's all you need. It's the basics, and it's perfect. The basics are right. It's the bread and butter. This act has the bread and butter. I like this. I like this record. 7 out of 10. This has got material that would grow on you, given you go back to it. Some songs are better than others, but which songs are better than others are going to depend on what you personally like. You know, there's a great standard. It's a consistent standard, so there's no bad songs objectively. I'm signing out on that. Peace. See you on the flip side.